Today I am going to show you how I make my granola. This is a granola that I pair with fresh fruit and yogurt all the time for snacks and breakfasts. You'll see here that I have all my ingredients out and I'm just kind of stacking them up and getting organized. I have a bunch of seasonings or spices. I have my oats, I have some nuts, my binding agents, my sweeteners. But you'll see here I'm starting by scooping out my oats. Now this is a double recipe and I will include the recipe down below. And every time I make it, I do make it a little differently. I add different things. But this time I am doing some whole unsalted almonds. I'm just chopping them up, get them a little bit more manageable to eat. And now you'll see I'm getting out my chia seeds. I love adding chia seeds because they give a little bit of that additional crunch and protein. I'm adding some chopped sweetened dates. I just chop up a little finer for a little additional sweetness. And now I'm adding some shredded coconut, which I love adding to my homemade granola. Now this is sweetened coconut, but unsweetened coconut is just as good and is actually preferred. Now I always do a dried fruit, and 90% of the time I do dried cranberries. I just love dried cranberries. They're actually something I've most recently fallen in love with, and I can just eat them whole. They're so good. So now I've gotten basically all of my big pieces together and I'm just gently tossing it and mixing it all together. That way it's all combined. And then I'm actually going to put it on a parchment lined baking sheet, dumping it all out and just spreading it out. What we're going to do is we're actually going to toast it for a little while in the oven, and I have the oven set to 350. Toasting it for 13 minutes, and while that's toasting I'm taking my coconut oil and I'm starting my wet mixture. So you'll see here I'm lining the glass with my coconut oil and scraping a little bit of it out, and some people ask why I do that. It's because when I go to measure my honey, which is obviously what I'm doing right here, it helps stop the honey from sticking to the edge of the container, and it's a lot easier cleanup. And you'll see what I mean when I dump the honey out. See how that honey just slides right out of there? There's barely any left in the bottom. Just a whole lot cleaner. Now I'm adding some nutmeg and all of my other spices, which I usually always do cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. Always. Sometimes I'll even add in cloves, but I always do cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. Now I'm just going to gently stir this up. I need it to combine and come together. That way when I go to pour it over my dry oat mixture, it blends evenly. It almost looks like caramel or toffee or caramel, depending on how you say it. And now I'm basically just cleaning up. You know, clean up as you go. It just makes things easier. You will see that I have pecans left on the counter. I'll be adding those in just a minute. Oh, my timer is up, so now I'm pulling out those oats and mixture. You'll see they're nice and toasted. And now I'm just going to combine the two together. And I'm going to stir those oats up with that wet mixture. It doesn't seem like there's enough wet mixture to coat all of those oats and nuts and things in there, but trust me, just keep stirring. There definitely is. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. What do? We stir, stir. And now I'm just gonna dump it back out on that lined parchment paper, and I'm gonna spread it out in a nice even layer. And we're actually going to pop it back in the oven and let it finish toasting for just another about 5 minutes. Alright, it's done. I'm pulling it out. You'll see it's gotten even more golden, that nice rich oaty color. And now I'm just going to let it cool, and then I'm going to package it up and enjoy it with some yogurt and fresh fruit. Or you could even have it with milk as a cereal for breakfast. Oh, and it smells so good, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully we'll see you soon.